That's almost 2 days. 3 days, isn't it? What have we got? 24, 48, 72. Oh, why not? We haven't had it. Let's get that off the checklist. Crashes, check. Run over signs, check. Get a speeding ticket, check. Next one's red light. Stay tuned for that one. Yeah, but that's a constant in this game, because you know. It happens so often it almost classed as creature comforts. Well, look harder. Oscar couldn't find a job, so his boss just said to him, have you thought about going to Specsavers? Specsavers for all your eye needs. I don't even know if you have a Specsavers in the US. I know they're in Britain or they're Australia. But if you do, then you probably know those Specsaver ads, which probably should have gone to Specsavers. Never heard of them? They're just optometrists franchise. Optometrists. Go get your eyes tested for $60. We even do a fancy test to let you know if your eyes will fade in the future. Because we can see in the future, that's how good our glasses are. I actually looked it up. I was thinking about doing that because I'm buying these $2 glasses. And I was thinking maybe I should go to a optometrist and get my eyes tested properly and get the right pair of glasses. They had a look. Some of them do free. The people that check your hearing, they'll do hearing tests for free. Because they're smart. They find something wrong with the hearing, it's a potential to get a customer. Because a lot of people probably won't realise that their hearing's not that bad. So if they don't realise their hearing's that bad, then they're not going to get checked out, and then you're not going to be able to make extra cash. Is that far? Oh, that's a drive-on through one. This one, isn't it? Well, they all drive on through ones, but don't have to stop before I drive through one. Oh, okay. A lot more countries than I thought. I definitely knew they worked in, they're definitely in Britain because of mentioned on TV shows. And they have the same kind of ads because I'm usually hearing it on British TV shows when kind of comedians are using it for comedic effect. Something they're saying. Wow, how much? No. That's what I want. How was I doing in 15th gear? How was I doing over 90 kilometers an hour? Oh, go you good fellow. Brighten my day up. I really have no idea. There it is. The icing on the world cake. Yeah, I can't figure out how I was doing in 96 kilometers an hour in 15th gear. More money. 12 grand. Go you good thing. Someone paying for I've forgotten the guy's name actually. His lack of ability to find a job.
Keep right and then exit right.
He's trying to
Exit right.
is it me? They gotta really fix that. Not figure it out, fix it. It's figured out. The sign's coming up that shouldn't come up when you're driving on the right side of the road. They gotta fix it. Okay, Causey, this is what I've decided. The winter mod with all the snow on the ground is absolutely... It's pretty, is the word I'd use. Where I'd go with these spring and summer ones where they're beautiful, some of the locations. Another 7 grand. Well, there we go, we got more money than we had in AGS. So we've done what? Managed to catch up less than an hour. Now just a note for anyone that's new here. Just to let you know, what you're currently watching is me normally crashing for some reason because I've got a talent that I've never worked on. It just comes naturally. Some of us are born lucky. But I'm doing a competition between ATS and ETS. And if you want to know what that competition's about, you're quite welcome to put an exclamation mark trucks into, or trucks, one of the two. Try both, see what happens. You might get it twice. Into chat, and that'll give you the rules and everything else like that. And I'm normally in this view for a day, and then we go back into this view. I do that for the realism and to remind myself to turn that off. Microwave's off, and this view here because I love the sound and to see more of the view because I'm using different seasons mods. And to hear the roar of the engine. But mostly for you guys in the chat, because you enjoy the fact of when I crash you can get an up close personal experience of that. Almost in VR. You get really close to your phone or your screen, whatever you're watching this on. put their hands on either side of your eyes, you might feel like VR. Income, oh, hello, we got that coming in, do we? Minus 1,000. We're not going to have that issue again. That was Lily, wasn't it? Keep an eye on her. Brings in more of the minus. Quick smart move her somewhere else. You try and fix that, don't need that. I don't know if Lily's the new girl, possibly. Maybe that is the reason why. That is a good point. Yes, she is, isn't she? Oh, yes, yes. She's a very new one. Let's look at your log. First delivery. Alright. We'll let you off on that one then. I will keep an eye out on you, but... Oh, I'll tell you what the other thing I want to do, and I thought about this last time, and I've remembered. Holy heck. Let's go into world map. Let's go to where we're going. We'll be going through London, all the way up to Scotland, right to the top. Oh, it's a beautiful drive up there. Normally, not with the winter mode on. Oh, we're going there. I've only been there once, ever, and all the time I've been around this whole place. Right, okay, well that sorts that out. There'll be no recruitment agency there. That's what I was going to check for. Oh, hey, I've never thought of that. But yeah, you probably... And they've got to repair them, eh? Good point, Causey, good point. I actually thought that one, I thought, no, that one's normally you can't go through it. Oh, hang on, this one looks like you can. No. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Actually, out of interest, let's see if there's a 14th gear in this truck. Because I've been using up the fuel quite a bit. Let's get up to 80. Oh, what do you know? Is there a 15th gear? No. Yeah, there is. That's why I was doing that speed. I was in 15. I didn't register it. I just saw 15 and I went, oh, okay. So I'm used to 18 gears with ATS apparently. Right, probably because I thought, well, this doesn't have 18 gears. It has 13. There's a 16th. I am playing ETS, aren't I? 16. Okay, interesting. No wonder I've been going through the fuel. All that time, eh? Just so used to having 12 gears. Mainly. Some of them have 14, but the first two gears aren't called 1 and 2, they're called C1 and C2. But I don't know, maybe C stands for crawl, because that's what you're going along and there's a crawling along. What, 16 gears? Yeah. Not used to that. What do we got? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure we left on a full tank of gas, fuel, diesel. $10,000. How much do we need for a truck? 150, don't we? We definitely need recruitment agencies. I think that's the other problem with Lily as well, is because we haven't got much of a choice of decent drivers. What country are we in? I'd love to see scenery like this in real life with the snow and that, or covered all over the place as far as the eye can see. It is, it's real nice. It's just the white. It's a really good choice of colour. White colour. No, it's white, but the type of white he's used. And like in there where you've got like a bit of the long grass and stuff poking out of the snow instead of it being all completely covered. It's probably fields. Yeah, occasionally I do go in this view so we can see all around. I did say there was only 2 views I normally go, but yeah, occasionally this one, which is just the most fun one because I've never been good at driving in this view in any game. I actually prefer bumper view, especially with racing games. Any games of racing, I like to see the bumpers so I can get really close to the apex of corners. And yeah, and for some reason with the trucking sims, the steering reacts different when you're in this view. In this view, it feels like I'm driving with power steering. In this view, not that view, sorry, that view, it feels like I'm driving with extra power steering. It doesn't take much to turn. Bit of Pisker view, whatever. It's a nice view. If you get a good... Did it work? No, I'll try to get it, change gear. I'll try to get a screenshot of it while we're driving using the video. And the video didn't want anything to do with it. Funny enough. video that turns up at 4:15 every single day, no matter what I'm doing, to let me know that I can use GeForce Experience overlay. That fuel's getting really low. What have we got? We aim for 9 o'clock, don't we? Can I get away with 13th gear here? Just.
Keep right and then turn right.
Okay, I'm trusting your GPS because it looks like I'm supposed to go straight ahead. Oh, I see now. Oh, I gotcha. Alright. My faith has been restored in you. For the moment. Don't let it go to your head. Definitely gonna need to fuel up.
Then exit right.
I'm just hoping we can get to 9 o'clock without needing to though. If you heard that sort of clunk sound, that was me being a bit vigorous with the gear change.
Keep left.
I'd like to know what country we're in. What did you do that for? You had a complete whole... look, free toll... Oh, I should have gone with there myself. Too busy complaining to Bob. Trying to put it out to him. That's another thing I don't get about the two games. I was on 13th gear then and I pressed the button so I could go into 7th. But I pressed it way before I planned to go into 7th, so I didn't have to worry about it. I could just change into 7th. Which won't do unless I put the clutch and take the gear out of gear and put it into gear. Now with ATS, if I do that in ATS, as soon as I hit the clutch it automatically changes into that gear. I don't have to move the gear stick, gear lever, the shifter.
Keep left.
Technically I was on 13th gear at the time, which is the same position, the same gear as 7th gear. So I'm in 13th gear now, which on my shifter is actually 1. First gear. And 7th gear is also assigned to first gear. Hello ads. So, and that's what I mean. So basically I was just, without having to move the gear stick, changing from down 6 gears. But with the ETS I've still got to put the clutch in and take it out of that and put it back into the same spot. Talks about, like, when was that? A minute ago. Yeah, no, they've been talking about that here for years. I mean, technically it wouldn't be daylight savings, permanently daylight savings, would it? It'd just be normal time. It's daylight savings because it helps, gives you a bit more sunlight during summertime than if you kept it the same time as you had in winter, but now that'll throw me out. And you guys out too, won't it? Unless I can't remember which is more suitable when you guys are in your standard time and I'm in daylight savings. I start quite early for you then, don't I, compared to now. And then when we lose, unless we've already gone out of daylight savings, 7:30 PM. So if I haven't come out of daylight savings when I do, it'll be 8:30 PM for you. Which means I'll go until almost midnight, won't I? And of course, different places in the US, so I'm guessing Central I'll be starting at 7:30. Oh, you are Central, Dave, you're Central, aren't you? It's, yeah, no, I'm thinking 2 hours, isn't it? Yeah, 2 hours different. No, oh, I don't know, I give up, I'm not. Mountain, oh, right, time's thinner where you are.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
I don't know. You know, I'm feeling better, I'll tell you, I'm not quite 100%, I will say that. Yeah, Australia has 3. We have the 1. And Australia, Sydney's 2 hours behind us. Queensland's 3 hours behind us. And Western Australia 5 hours behind us. You gotta remember Australia is actually a huge continent. Like the 3rd biggest. They shrink it down on the maps, but it's huge. It's almost as big as the US combined. In Western Australia, they don't have daylight savings. They never had. It's sort of like the southern states of America where they just want to do it their own way. No, I thought there was Central Pacific. Oh, you mean as in don't have daylight savings? Right. Not yet, but I will be later. Thanks for asking, go. Yeah, I don't think Hawaii would need it, would it? Even with anyone living by the equator. When we get to Iceland, we're going to start off with where we do land in Iceland, it is snowy there, even though it's at the bottom. It is quite snowy there naturally. Very windy roads to get out of it. Depending which way you go, actually both ways. When you go north, it's a lot, well, it's windy everywhere really. Pretty much some really long straight roads, but... And the road changes too, there's some black ice as well in Iceland. You have 6. Back to 90. There we go. You probably have 6. It was probably one of England's strategy, because they're the one that invented the date line, didn't they? So they thought they probably did that during the revolution, because they're thinking if they change the date lines, the timelines and time zones will give you 6, there's a good chance that you'll be late for an important strategy meeting because you'll get the times wrong. Didn't work though, did it? Didn't you? Oh, that's right, the long nights of winter. Maybe I should shut a curtain or 2. It's actually not so bad now. I still haven't seen an update for the 2 DLCs. And considering what's going on at the moment, yeah, oh, I am running out. I was hoping I'd make it to the 9 o'clock. Next garage station and pull over, fill up. If I make it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the DLCs. Considering all this happened, I'm wondering if they're going to postpone the ETS one or completely delete it. Not bring it out at all.